Your girl Jewelz Champaign, nigga. Yo. Came on the scene, oh, you heard what's on the clap. Tell them that I'm smooth, still I gotta groove back. Don't wanna hear no chitter chat, not none of that. I'm from New York like Jigga rockin' this pretty cat. Make it spill, bring the shots just like tequila. Ducking from the cops like foreigners with no visas. Ballin' like a fat ass in a skirt like Serena. Pull up in that mucus color hot chew pika. My niggas do the work while chillin' out in the villa. Getting my pussy 8 tongues soft like chinchilla. Head lodged in the pillar, came like vanilla. Then I roll like Wind Scar, killed the daddy of Simba. Enough with the bedroom talk, bedroom bully. Gangsta in the heel of them Timbs and hoodie. I'm like the modern time Eve. Pitting the skirt is like I popped out the blue like a tall ass Smurf. But the name's Jewelz, River's blood down in the earth. Okay, I think it's about time I wrap up this verse. I'm the queen of hearts, bitch, you heard what I said. And you another body bag, and it's off with your heads.
You have anything to say? She's sitting in her car, what happened?
Why'd you shoot her, Michael? Michael, why'd you shoot her?
For most people, 7 years behind bars for taking a life would be enough to make them appreciate the freedom they were given. But some people don't see prison as a warning. They see it as an inconvenience. Back on February 9, 1988, prosecutors say Foster gunned down Calvin Reed, the father of future NFL star Ray Rice, during a drug-related dispute in Mount Vernon, New York. Reed was just 25 years old when he was shot in the back of the head. Foster avoided a murder trial by pleading guilty to manslaughter and criminal use of a firearm in 1991. Instead of spending the rest of his life behind bars, he served just 7 years and 3 months before walking free on parole in 1999. Ray Rice was only 13 months old and would grow up never knowing his father. You would think escaping a life sentence after killing someone would convince a person to stay out of trouble. Instead, prosecutors allege Foster continued living as though other people's lives were disposable. They say if you stood between him and what he wanted, you became an obstacle to remove, even if that obstacle was his own niece. The streets have a saying, some people don't fear prison because they've already made peace with being a monster. Welcome to the American Crime Femicide channel. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for future uploads.
Hey, where's your girl Jewelz Champaign? And I'd just like to say big respect to FemaleMCs.com for always showing females like me love. Keep doing your thing.
Haters mad, they big mad, they face full of tomatoes. 6'2", bad bitches rockin' stilettos. Switch from sophisticated girl back to ghetto. Collecting all these pesos and pulling strings like Geppetto. Gang in the back, don't want no smoke, no tobacco. Looks kill, red rum, I'm popping like that money gun. That big fat cat like the Shusha weighing a ton. I came to crush shit, little bitches, they better run. Cause I'm coming up like 6:24 a.m. son. I'm done. Counting money, counting bankrolls. Louis bag full of money in the benzo.
Unlike her uncle, Julia spent her life building people up instead of tearing them down. Friends and family described her as loving, bubbly, funny, outgoing, and the kind of person who could brighten a room just by walking into it. She worked hard, chased her dreams, and carried herself with purpose. Long before she became a caregiver, Julia was pursuing a music career under the stage name Jewelz Champaign, earning a loyal following and catching the attention of respected names in hip-hop. She had the confidence, the talent, and according to those who knew her, the look of rapper Remy Ma. Her mentor was Jadakiss, who at one point was managed by her uncle Michael. In 2011, she even appeared on his track, Coach of the Year.
Talk a little louder than normal, that way I'm always lower.
A little louder. A little louder. Now you ready?
Yeah, we ready.
Alright, check it out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Losing is not an option. We gotta rebound, we gotta play defense, we gotta go hard. Get money on three, and let's bust these niggas in. 1, 2, 3.
It's good, your girl Jewelz Champaign. I'm over here repping D-Block, First Lady. We about to get it in right now. I'm about to do my verse and do the fuck I do. Feel me?
Hey, that's what it is.
Right.
It's tall. So how tall you are? They don't even know.
I'm 6'2".
Yeah, so when they see you, you don't even know.
And I still wear fucking heels.
Still wear heels.
Exactly. What that mean?
And
Bad
smoke
bitch?
weed. Bad bitch.
Bye-bye.
She coming for Nikki.
Okay. It is what it is, though.
It is what it is.
Come here?
No. Alright.
Like glorious virtue. Disrespect my team and get ass like Jewelz. I curse him out with the F.
But Julia eventually walked away from music, not because she lacked talent, but because she refused to compromise who she was. Her father, Julius Anderson, said she recorded an entire album independently before deciding the industry demanded things she simply wasn't willing to do. She said, "Dad, I can't make myself do all those things." So she stopped. Instead of chasing fame at any cost, Julia chose peace over popularity. Born at Mount Vernon Hospital, Julia was the oldest of 2 daughters. After her parents separated when she was around 12 years old, she divided her time between her father and her mother's side of the family, where her grandmother became one of the most important people in her life, according to Julius. That bond started the day Julia was born. She's actually her grandma's first real grandchild. Grandma raised them like they were her own kids. He even recalled that his mother-in-law was present in the delivery room, helping welcome Julia into the world. The bond was built from birth, literally. As the years passed, Julia traded microphones for meaningful work. For nearly 17 years, she cared for developmentally disabled adults, all while remaining devoted to her Pentecostal faith and running an online fashion business. Her father said she was simply the kind of person people wanted to be around. She's a happy-go-lucky person. Julia just liked to have fun and enjoy herself, and people gravitated to that. She was my beautiful daughter, my first. She made me smile all the time. Her uncle Henry Anderson remembered seeing her at her grandfather's wake, towering over everyone in 6-inch heels, standing 6'2" with a smile that somehow cut through the grief. She was always smiling. She knew how to carry herself. But not everyone under that family roof shared Julia's warmth. The Mount Vernon home had become crowded with generations of relatives living together, including Julia, her mother, her sister, and her uncle Michael Foster. Tensions existed while Julia's grandmother was alive, but after her death, the house stopped feeling like a home and started feeling like a battlefield. At the center of that fight was a property worth nearly $600,000. The home remained listed under Aston and Isilda Foster, who purchased it in 1978. Aston died in 2005, and Isilda passed away 3 years ago. Property records show that in 2017, Isilda transferred ownership to Michael, Julie, and her mother, Beverly. A later deed reaffirmed all 3 as legal owners under what was described as an internal family agreement. Instead of bringing clarity, the paperwork fueled years of bitterness. To Foster, the house represented a payday. To Julia, it represented her family's legacy. Those are 2 very different motivations, and only one of them ends well. Court records revealed that in 2025, Foster accused Julia of forging documents related to the property. She was arrested, but prosecutors quickly dropped the charges. Julia responded by filing a $27 million federal lawsuit against Westchester County prosecutors, arguing they had turned a civil family disagreement into a criminal prosecution based largely on the claims of a convicted violent felon. The lawsuit stated, "What began as a civil family dispute was transformed without investigation or legal basis into a months-long criminal ordeal." It also alleged the entire case was built on the unvetted statements of a known felon with a violent criminal history and a personal vendetta, an apparent reference to Michael. According to prosecutors, Foster wasn't interested in fighting Julia in court anymore. They believe he chose a far more permanent solution. After finishing her overnight shift on July 14th, Anderson climbed into her black Jeep with pink trim outside the Bronx group home where she worked. She was preparing to head home, unaware that someone had allegedly been waiting for her. Police say a gunman on a scooter pulled alongside the Jeep and fired through the passenger side window. Mortally wounded, Julia managed to stumble from her vehicle before collapsing onto the pavement. She was rushed to Jacobi Medical Center, but could not be saved. Her mother, Beverly, later revealed doctors told her Julia had been struck by 3 bullets. One went straight into her heart, she said. Anderson was only 3 weeks away from her 40th birthday. Her mother had given birth to her on her own birthday, making every year a shared celebration. This would become the first birthday they would never spend together. Investigators believe the shooting was anything but random. Surveillance video allegedly captured Foster leaving his Mount Vernon home, riding a scooter to Julia's workplace, and waiting near her vehicle before opening fire as she got inside. Witnesses reported seeing a man speeding away on a scooter immediately after the gunshots. Prosecutors say Foster later discarded the scooter, but detectives traced the evidence back to him. When police searched the Mount Vernon home, they recovered a revolver, a semi-automatic pistol, and a Bushmaster AR-15 rifle. Crime scene investigators were seen carrying evidence bags from the residence before Foster was arrested on July 16. He pleaded not guilty to murder, manslaughter, and multiple weapons charges, and was ordered held without bail.
Ownership of this home in Mount Vernon, shared by multiple generations of the same family, appears to have generated hard feelings that led to a fatal shooting. Julia Anderson gunned down Monday as she walked to her car in Wakefield. Her uncle, 58-year-old Michael Foster, allegedly pulled the trigger. Court records show last year Foster accused Anderson of forging a deed to the home. She was arrested, but charges were quickly dropped. Anderson sued, claiming investigators relied on, quote, unvetted statements of a known felon with a violent history and a personal vendetta. That was a reference to Foster, who served time for the 1988 fatal shooting of Calvin Reed in Mount Vernon. Reed, the father of former NFL star running back Ray Rice. Now Foster is accused of killing his niece. Sources say he made incriminating admissions when the NYPD questioned him at the home Tuesday night. The victim's friends are in shock.
Smart, intelligent, hardworking, smile on her face all the time.
Thursday afternoon, Michael Foster made a brief court appearance. The judge remanded him, sent him to jail without setting bail. The charges include murder, manslaughter, and illegal possession of weapons.
If the allegations are true, Julia spent months warning the legal system that the man accusing her had a violent history and a personal vendetta. The system heard her words but failed to stop what prosecutors now say happened next. This is also the second family that Michael Foster has been accused of leaving without a loved one. More than 3 decades after another father was killed, another family is planning a funeral instead of a birthday celebration. Anderson should have been celebrating 40 surrounded by the people she loved. Instead, they were left carrying her casket while the courtroom she once turned to for justice became the place where they now seek accountability. May Julia Anderson rest in peace.